What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 5. We're going to get into it a little bit late. I've got some panelists running a few minutes late, so they aren't here yet, but once they get here, we'll talk about it. But until then, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help me in getting to 1K subs. Couple announcements. Sorry again to members. Yesterday, I had to cancel the members chat. Moved it to the last week of this month. Some things just happen. Some of you know I have a very rare autoinflammatory disease that causes certain issues such as like seizures and stuff. So I'm fine. I'm doing fine, but had an episode yesterday, had to cancel. So, but we'll be back on track at the end of this month. Also at the end of this month is the members watch party as well, which is going to be Megan to prepare for Megan 2.0. Tomorrow, we're back with Stranger Things, episode 1 and 2 of season 3. Saturday, I have Gord and Enzo joining me and a little bit of Leon joining me for the Vincent Price stream. So we're going to tier some of Vincent Price movies. And then next Tuesday will be the 1-year anniversary of my channel. Yay. And I've got a great panel coming on. We're going to talk about horror stuff. And we're going to have some games. I'm going to have some tiers, some stuff to raffle off. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a very good time. And then normal schedule next week with Thursday and Friday. And then the last Tuesday of this month, the new show Final Girls will be debuting. Yes, I said that right. So other than that, there's nothing much else going on. And realizing I didn't set up my Rumble stream, but that's okay. I will set it up for the next one. It's so hard to remember to do so. StreamYard, if you're listening, which you're not, please somehow figure out a way to make it easy, like to connect to Rumble without having to go over to Rumble and such. That'd be great. That'd be fan-fucking-tastic. I know there's a lot of people streaming right now at this moment. I was just on Roman's channel over there talking about mob movies, and yes, I've seen some mob movies. My pick, though, was Reservoir Dogs. I know it is not technically a mob movie, but it is kind of related to the genre, so that's what I was picking for it as my movie to talk about. So he's going on right now. I don't know. I know Josh is talking about comics on his channel. So there's a bunch of great content creators live right now. So go check them out as well. You know, I know you all. You can have multiple tabs opened up at the same time. I do. We all do. Do it. It is a fun time. So I see you, Corey. What's up, sir? How much of a shit show is it this week? Actually, episode 5's not that bad. And I know that's a very low bar. That's a very low bar to say. But it actually is not that bad. Sketch, what's up, sir? You're going to be on with me tomorrow for Stranger Things. I'm so excited. I have to figure out with Nick if he will be willing to wear the Scoops Ahoy costume. We'll see. Lunar, what's up? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Oof. It's all good. Thank you. Yes, and everybody who commented on that, please, thank you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. I realized it sounded worse than it was, and I should have said I'm okay. But I'm okay. Be there and I drank too much Pepsi. What's up? Javier, hi. Hello. I have Josh's stream up too, yes. If you all who are watching, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please share out the stream too. Tell people I'm live. Tell it's a good time. I don't know how much we're going to be talking about. But again, episode 5, a strong contender as one of the best episodes this season. And again, I get it. The bar is like down here. They got to trip over it. But it's actually not too bad. Not too bad. And I think it's because it has way more horror elements to it, but here we are. Episode seemed to have more sketches on with me on that. Dooley's Raid, what's up, guys? Welcome, Dooley's Raid. And I have you peed? You good?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
It's Thursday when people get really murdered over and over again.
Well, we're gonna wait for the other guys to start, but how was Final Destination, since I'm not gonna go see it?
Oh, God. Well, I think it's like any franchise film. Like, look, if you're going into Saw 8, if you watch Saw 1 through 7, if you watch Fast and the Furious 10, you know what you're getting. So don't expect like Final Destination isn't breaking the mold. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Simple as that.
Okay.
It's
So
the
that's
same.
definitely a reason I won't go see it.
Yeah, so it's no different than every other Final Destination film. You're just watching for the over the top, sometimes hilarious way because you know people are gonna die, but the way they die, like the MRI machine, I'll never look at MRI machine the same way again.
I've always been afraid
man.
of MRI machines. I always feel like helpless. And
I have to get an MRI yearly. Yearly, I have to go get an MRI.
Yeah.
no.
Well, that's always the funny part with death. Like you know, death won't say like you get a heart attack, right? Or death won't say like you'll die of like choking on food. They'll make sure like whatever a tree branch cuts you in half or something, or like whatever a garbage compactor smushes you. Like it's always gonna be gruesome, over the top, just horrible deaths. It can't be just something simple.
I just can't. Oh, Sax. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I'll read that if it was a super chat, but I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. What's good, guys? What's going on? Welcome, everybody. Wow, great chat coming in. If you guys are new here from the Doolies, which thank you, Doolies, so much for rating into me. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and helping me get to 1K subs. If you don't like horror or you don't like me, that's okay. Just mute me, but just like it. Just subscribe to the channel. So we cover a bunch of stuff here. Nick, I was just talking about your Scoops Ahoy costume that you still have to get me numbers for.
Oh, you guys see too. So that now HBO is going back to HBO Max instead of
HBO Max.
Like,
why not just stay at HBO? Hi, Corey. I see you as well. Rachel, I saw you too as well coming in. Jake, Mr. Jake, what's up? Good. I see you guys. Why go back when they were HBO? Then they were HBO Max, and then they were Max.
This is like back in the 90s when Prince wanted to be the symbol, and then he was the artist formerly known as Prince, and then he was Prince again. And it's like, dude, I was just calling you Prince the whole time. I'm not doing that. We had a thing in the army, and you know, this is going to come off misogynistic, but whatever. So females get married guys do too, but of course the females have to change their names. So then you'd have these females that would get married 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then they have to keep changing their names on their uniforms. And so, you know, the name that I know you as when I meet you, that's the name you stay. And if I get corrected on it, or if you give me a hard time, then I'm going to purposely, like I had a soldier named Tubolino, and she got married and her name was Prachette, and I kept calling her Tubolino because her nickname was Tubes. And I'd be like, hey Tubes, go over to Wing B. And I think she complained to her sergeant, was like, Sergeant Kelly keeps calling me by my maiden name. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I called her Prachette. And then when she changed her name back to her maiden name when she got divorced, I kept calling her Prachette on purpose, just to piss her off. So like, dude, stop with the name thing. Like the naming thing of stuff. I've been calling it HBO Max the whole time.
HBO the whole time. Even
same.
Back home in Chicago, what is it? It's the Willis Tower, but I grew up knowing it the Sears Tower. So and I know Comiskey Park, like that. Yeah, I heard this decision to rebrand to just Max in the first place was the action of one singular exec who was on a power trip at this time.
Well, let's be honest. We all still say Twitter. I don't say X. I just call it Twitter. It's been Twitter.
Yeah,
so
I call it
long.
Twitter. Yeah, X is just X sounds a little X-rated. In my opinion. All right. Well, I know
almost
we're
done
because
what they said. So far 7 episodes. We're on episode 5, so 2 more and we're done.
We got 2 left. Yeah, we'll be done this month with this season, which I don't know if I want to pick up Love, Death, and Robots because that got released.
That's fantastic.
Recently?
I haven't watched, but I mean every season is just it's peak animation. My God.
It's peak animation, but the last season I think was the weakest one out of all of them for a long time.
Yeah.
Let me see where Paul is. I know Ryan can't join us. He's going to be a little late. You know what? We'll get started. We'll kind of get started a little bit. Might as well, right? That's what the people are here for. They're not here to hear us chat about HBO Max and Max. They want to know about is this
real
show
quick. Did you get a chance to look at the Last of Us 2 footage that was cobbled together from all the What are they called, Blue Collar? The DLC or DCLs, or what are they
Yeah,
called?
yeah, DLC. It means downloadable content. So yeah, like remember the first game? The first game was a regular game when
Yes.
Ellie had her girlfriend, a little black girl who died. That wasn't
Right.
That was the DLC. So it's basically like an extra episode in a sense.
Yeah, so that's how I for the uninitiated on YouTube, you can look at the cutaway scenes or DLC, and you can kind of have a hobbled together version of like the game's movie version. So if you're if like me, you didn't play the game and you're not gonna you can look at that on YouTube, and with your permission, boss, I'll put the link in the thing. Would you like me to do that, or would you like me to send it to you in the private chat and you do it? Because I don't have a wrench.
Either way, you could send it to me. I can post it. What's up,
Okay.
Rio? I see you as well. So I had originally Tuesday, I had a super chat goal to go see Final Destination because I'm terrified of these fucking movies. I think I'll post it again today because I didn't hit it, but we'll see between
the channel
today and tomorrow.
It's a horror franchise. Your channel's called Horror with Nadia.
But I'm gonna go see
right.
it.
That's my question too. Aren't you the horror guru YouTuber? And
I don't do Final Destination movies.
Alien movies.
They get under my skin in 4DX.
I mean, technically it's. Yeah, I mean, it is a horror franchise, but in a sense that it's different horror. Like, I'm not scared for the characters because I know they're all gonna fucking die. It's more like I'm curious how they're gonna die. It's like Saw. I don't watch Saw because I'm scared.
Oh, I can't do Saw. The torture porn stuff.
Saw I can do.
See, that's
Saw
weird.
I can't do. I can't do Final Destination. Maybe because it's a mix of like realness but kind of over the top fakeness to it, you know what I mean?
That makes it fun because Final Destination, everything that happens in the films could and actually does happen in real life. Like the way people die, people have died.
No, sure. It's like death doesn't stop until it gets you. So there's really no point unless you're going to live in a padded room like the chick did from the second movie.
Ellie Larder.
Yeah. Oh God, Ellie Larder. She's
still got it.
Come on. Is Cinevere's Fish in here? Oh, I just saw you. Hey, Sin. What's up? How are you guys?
Also,
Wow, I've got a full house. There's like 33 people watching between YouTube and X. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much.
I shared it everywhere that I could. So yeah.
Keep me open, guys. Keep me open.
Like Last of Us, death is like a zombie virus. Doesn't discriminate. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, male, female. It's coming for you.
Oh man, Jake, thank you so much. First one,
I know you want
is plausible, even if it's ridiculous.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Callers just said it. Darn.
That's what makes it so fun because like this stuff can happen. It's just how many times every day all of us just walking outside.
I can't even watch the trailer.
What was that show? What was that show called that was like Final Destination? It was on Spike TV.
1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah.
That was fun because it's funny.
I love that show.
But it was funny because there's people have actually died like that.
I know.
Nope.
I know.
Or Faces of Death is another one I can't do.
Yeah, but Faces of Death was like super kind of fake though.
Jesus. Y'all want me to go see this awful fucking movie. Oh my God. We're missing one.
Boss, I think you're going. I think you're going, boss.
No, we're missing one, and then we're
all right. Somebody come in clutch and do it.
How much you missing?
But for all of you guys, okay. Final Destination plausible, even if it's ridiculous. Blue Collar said it's done. All right. Go see the movie. Thank you, Corey. And thank you, Corey, as well. $10 with nothing said in it.
Blue collar. Don't you wish we were hot chicks and we could just say,
I'm not
hey,
a hot chick. I don't
want to see this. I don't want to see this.
Compared to some of my drunken bar nights, you're a supermodel. So
you guys don't realize I really have no idea why women ever do own OnlyFans, because all you have to do is get on YouTube and talk about nerd stuff and guys flock to it.
All right.
You are the goat, Rachel. You guys are all like awesome tonight. Look at you guys.
So the
now
deal is,
I feel bad that we have to talk about a shitty show for them.
Hold on, I'm gonna go right now and buy tickets. Hold on.
But to be fair,
Regal.
what I'll address was so far toxic is that it's the funny part. The show is adding stuff that I'm actually preferring over the game. Like remember episode 2?
Yes,
episode 2, the whole zombie fight. Like, and I'll tell Nadia this is when you're playing in the toxic, watch the cutscenes in the second game because it's such a big revenge tale. They kind of treat the zombies. The zombies are honestly barely in the fucking second game.
No, I don't disagree with you. But my issue And I do agree with Nadia, and I guess I'll wait till we get to it to point it out. But like the stuff, I agree that I do like that the stuff they're adding is value added.
Yes.
But I also agree with Nadia that this episode was better than the last couple. But I have to point out the fact that the stuff that is true to the game, or at least what I know of the game, which I admit is limited, but I do know the scene, the cutaway scene. The stuff like that is not being done justice, and it's because of who. So I mean, I don't know.
How the 40x of it is like sold. Okay, hold on, I gotta look at.
Well, I forgot 40x. I should brought my kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it in 40x. Unfortunately,
you know what? If you're gonna see a film 40x, Final Destination is the film to see in 40x.
No, Final Destination is not the movie to see in 40x. Okay. All right, so the deal is this. I'll buy a I'll get a ticket. I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm gonna see. Maybe I'll go Monday night. I gotta talk to my husband first because he's not seen it with me. He said to me, he's like, I am not seeing this with you whatsoever. He's like, you are on your own with this one. So here's the deal. I'm going to record it before. I'm gonna try to kind of get in theater, but I won't do it if there's a bunch of people around me because I don't want to disturb people. But that's why
I heard you say that on your other. Yeah, I heard you. I think that's very That's a good because there was a dude when I went and saw Thunderbolts for the second time the other day. There was a dude in my small theater, and I don't know if he was streaming live or just talking to his friends, FaceTiming, but he was like recording and like running his mouth, and I was like, bro,
I won't do that.
That's getting more common. When I went to see,
when I saw Thunderbolts, I could have probably recorded myself because we were so far back and there's people anyway, so if I can I will. If not, I will definitely record a immediate post after and then we'll talk about it on the one year celebration Tuesday. But thank you all who donated. I really appreciate it. 40x is an expensive ticket and I fucking hate these movies, so I have to be motivated in some way to go see it.
Even now, for my son, even though he's 17, I still pay for the child ticket. Not even now, a child ticket was $14 fucking.
For two people to go for 40x is like nearly $52 just for two people to go. That's before
crazy.
Yeah. But like something like this would probably be worth seeing, I guess, in a sense. So, but with all those super chats, I'm going to play a couple of clips and then we'll get into the movie. So,
impressive. Very nice.
I'll be right back.
I probably won't be.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes!
And just for talks.
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, Billy.
Take the new suit, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you.
We watched that last night. I told the girlfriend, I'm like, I got to rewatch. I know because she binged Stranger Things when I was in Florida last year, and so she's just watched it, and I was like, because she had never seen it, and I was like, oh, you got to watch this, and this was before you even invited me on the show. So she has just watched this like as late as like October of last year. And so I was like, hey, I know it's a drag, but is it okay if I put on Stranger Things again, because I got to refresh the first two episodes? She goes, yeah, I don't care. And then when that scene came on, I was like, this is the scene that Nadia tortures me with every single thing. And so she played it twice in a row. She was like, oh, whoops, I sat on the remote, my bad. And she like rewound it. I was like, you know what, she's like, what is it you don't like about this, that he has those abs and that chest and that face? I was like, stop it.
Cinevere's Fish sent another thank you for my popcorn. That's pretty much what it'll be. Thank you so much.
How much have you made a stream already? Like $80?
$60 plus, but
damn.
YouTube takes 30% from it. So
I heard there's another thing. I think it's like Streamlab or some other thing. I know the Whatever podcast uses it.
It's I have like a tipping jar and stuff. I think it's easier for people to do super chats, unfortunately, because it's just set up easier.
Well, it's like on Google Pay, so yeah.
Yeah, and I'm speaking from personal experience. Like I prefer super chat. Plus, it's fun. Like things that. Yeah. But Cinevere's Fish, German or Spanish, and I'll wait. I know there's a bit of a delay while I'm pulling up stuff, so. We'll count it towards her cosplay. That's gonna be a different goal. I gotta talk to Nick about that. See about that. We're dressing up as I don't know why I keep doing this. Scoops Ahoy. I don't know why. It's like a habit of mine for some reason today. Like I'm saluting people.
It makes me sad how old everybody's getting because because Tox will know this name, but they show because Nick Cage and Christian Bale have a new film coming out, and Nick Cage is going to be John Madden. And I've seen comments.
I saw those.
And I've seen comments. There was 10 people, and someone's like, "Hey, like I love Nick Cage, but who's this John Madden guy?" And I'm like, wow. I mean, the fact that some people nowadays don't know. So my son's generation, people don't know who John Madden is. I'm like, holy fuck, we're getting old, man.
Dude, there's going to be probably one more generation and people won't understand certain things in Seinfeld. Like I watch Seinfeld all the time and there are going to be a generation or two from now that will not understand that you did not have like a cell phone to
Bro,
tell your
my
friends
daughter called me like 2 years ago while I was at work one day, and I thought she was in an emergency. So I'm like, "What's wrong, honey?" She's like, "No, nothing's wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." She goes, "But I have a girl that I work with who's 18, and my daughter was 20 at the time." Okay. She's like, "I have a girl that I work with that's 18," and I said it's October 3rd, and I told him it's October 3rd, and that's the first time that I spoke to him. It's because it was October 3rd, and she said the girl didn't understand the reference, and she's like, Mean Girls. She goes, "Oh, is that an old movie? I've never seen that." And I was like, bruh, 2004, bro. Like, come on now. Old.
All right, Cineviers Vish voted for German. I got you. Hold on, where is it?
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Feuer! Du dämliches Weibstück! Du willst mir tun? Ich werd's dir zeigen!
Nein!
Lovely.
I have that clip in German and Spanish.
Before we start, I mean, because obviously, Toxic Naughty know this. When I was watching Clown in the Cornfield, there's one reference. There's a rotary phone, and then one girl, she's like, "Oh my god, with this phone, there's these weird buttons. What the hell's wrong with this phone? I can't dial 911."
They didn't know how to.
And I busted out laughing.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like the film's got problems with the fact that there was a rotary phone, and she's like, "There's something wrong with this device. I can't use it."
I know I'm the only weirdo that does TikTok in most of our groups, but I will tell you, if you go to TikTok and look up Gen X asking their Gen Z kids what certain like stuff from our era is, and they don't like, they're like, what does burn a CD mean? What is a collect call? Man. What is the yellow pages? Man. The answers will have you hysterically laughing.
Corey, thank you so much for gifting One Horror with Nads membership. You're awesome, sir. Thank you so much. I almost gave you a middle finger one that I had, but instead
that'll teach him. That'll teach him to donate to you.
Yeah, I was like, no, never mind. Hold on, I got it for you.
What's going on? How's he even walking right now, Tuck? He looks like he's gonna walk it off. He's gonna be fine.
Yikes!
How many Chucky clips do you have? 9.
What's
up, Leon?
Nice.
What's up, Leon?
Good one, actually.
You sons of bitches! I'm gonna go see Final Destination.
Oh, yay! Oh, here, yay. I'll give you a celebration clip. Hang on,
I was there.
I'll give you a celebration.
You're gonna jump so much.
There you go.
Hey, Blue. I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is this Ace Ventura?
Feel that?
Yes.
Okay.
I have exorcised the demon.
Another film that couldn't get made today.
This house is clear.
I need to see this.
It's hard to find now. You really have to struggle. Yeah, because the whole transgender thing is played for laughs. So they yeah.
The crying game.
Yeah. Man, no, I have to proceed. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna go see
The Last
movie.
of Us. The Last of Us.
Yes, The Last of Us. I had something else I was gonna say, but I don't know. I was thinking of it, and it just that's my brain. Oh, Blue. I'm the oldest of 8. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Middle Eastern people.
My brother is 30 years younger than 20 years younger than me.
Wow.
Damn.
Is this half?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Yeah. My parents had 3, and then my mom had 2 more with my stepdad, and my dad had 3 more.
Well,
but I have sisters who are in their 20s who are like, I have sisters who are in their mid 20s, and then I have sisters who are about to go. I have a sister who's about to go to college, and then I have a younger sister, and then that, and like some things I reference, they don't get it. They don't They're like,
totally.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, totally. I have a brother that's 17 years younger than me, and I have another brother that's 22 years younger than me, and I have an older brother that's 20 years older than me. So it's crazy.
Yeah, my youngest sister, my mom got pregnant when I was 20, so she popped her out when I was 21. So
Wow. Yeah, my twin sisters, my mom had at 41, 42. So they're very young. They're very young.
Nadia,
But
what kind
yeah,
of Middle Eastern are you?
I am Jordanian and Palestinian.
Oh wow, I've been to Jordan.
Yeah, that my dad's from there. I've lived in Jordan for a year when I was younger. So, but yeah, it's and then my mom is like French Native American kind of thing. Okay, Last of Us. I know that's what you're all here for. You're all here, or you're here to torture me and seeing Final Destination. Either way, you guys win. So, Last of Us. Where did we last off with The Last of Us? So we're on episode 5, Feel Her Love, which
oh yes,
spoilers, not spoilers. I'm not going to answer that question, Zach. She's just going to college. Okay. So I actually didn't hate this episode as much as I hate the other ones, but we'll get into it. So, Feel Her Love. The wolf makes a dangerous discovery at great cost. Later, Ellie must decide whether to continue with her plan and risk putting Dina, who's pregnant, in danger, or give up on her quest for justice. Dun dun dun. So let me pull up the episode and we will get into it. That's not it. That's it.
Love.
Feel Her Love.
I was like to recap too, and they always show the previously on Last of Us. Hey, look, they're in Seattle, and there's these big pride flags. You know, also with the recap. It just reminds you guys we support Pride in Seattle in the apocalypse. Pride.
Yeah, because everything else would be overgrown and trash, but those pride flags, boy, they're made out of strong stuff.
There's something they build in them pride flags.
Sorry about that. I am fixing because there's only 3 of us right now, so I'm fixing the presentation. We do this live, folks. We do everything live here. We don't need to see the screen that big. Yeah, so I will say again, one of the better episodes, maybe because it was split between Bella and Dina's story to what's going on with the wolf. I'm actually more intrigued by what's going on with the wolf and the what are they called? Seraphites or whatever they're called. The scarred people. The Seraphites. The ones that like did scars.
I agree, because that's the thing is so right now the WLF and the Seraphites, their storyline is more interesting than Ellie and Dina.
Yeah. It's and I like that they're doing exactly what I would have done, is instead of focusing so much on Dina and Bella, and I get Ellie, and I get they're the main characters of the season, split it up a little bit with like full episodes about what's going on between the Seraphites and Wolf, and like expand on that a little bit more. That's not as much in the game. So we get the opening, which is a hospital flashback. The episode opens with the flashback of the Lake Hill Seattle Hospital, where Hannah, that's her name, which is, I'm just going to call her Hannah, interrogating Sergeant Park about the death of soldiers, including one named Leo, who turns out to be Sergeant Park's son. Park recounts Leon panicking on a radio message from the hospital basement, where he encounters something terrifying, leading to the decision to seal up the basement. What they find out is that the Cordyceps spores are airborne, which I didn't see this coming. They never mentioned them being airborne in season 1, correct? Am I correct on this one?
That's why I was curious to ask you in Toxic, because in season 1, Joel had to wear a face mask. Joel and Tess, they always knew everything was airborne. In fact, that's how, because Joel wasn't for sure about Ellie being immune, but when Ellie's walking around inside the spores and without a gas mask, he's like, oh, you really are immune. So it's established in the show that the spores are airborne. This whole virus is airborne.
I thought about that, and I thought about like when Joel, before he goes on the run with Ellie and gets that mission and stuff, he was doing like body disposal stuff, and he was wearing a mask or at least a face covering and things like that. So I just assumed that was just like standard protocol, but I did watch the cutaway scenes, and I'm assuming, and I might be wrong on this, that because it's been turned into a TV show, they can't have people running around with like pro masks, gas masks for extended periods of time, trying to deliver dialogue and, you know, covering up the actors and actresses' face. That's what I would assume, but I might be wrong on
that. I don't see that as an issue, because they did that quite heavily during post-COVID in 2020 with storylines that had it in it. So I'm not worried about that, but maybe it's an evolution of the Cordyceps. Like,
yeah, it just seems to be common knowledge that the cordyceps they were fungus, because even though Druckmann said in the first season that in the game for purposes where say you're playing as Joe, you walk into a room and he's got to put his gas mask on. That the cordyceps, the virus there, it stays airborne into like say a basement. In real life, though, airborne viruses don't just sit in one spot; they spread out, and that's why. But
well,
Joe,
but they also dissipate too. So yeah, but I know the spores is a big thing in the game. It's like a whole level. You gotta. It's like another. It's another thing that you have to deal with in the game. That's the whole point of having the gas mask and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right, Nadia. They did avoid it quite a bit in season 1. Maybe they always intended to bring it in. They've definitely changed how it's coming across for sure.
Were they airborne in the first game?
Yes.
So they were. They just never brought it up.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up season 1 right now, but because I could have swore there's at least different dialogue and scenes in season 1 where they all knew, it was just, to me, it was common. Everyone knew that they were airborne. That's the thing.
This is also this world lore, right? So they could be basing it off of some science that's real in our life, but
sure,
for story purposes, it can't be completely airborne, right? Because everybody would then have been infected at this point.
Right. It would be like this. It would be like The Stand or The Walking Dead, where everybody's infected in one way or another.
Oh, you were right, Toxa. Here we go. Zach said apparently they didn't do the mask in season 1 because actors didn't want to.
Well, I'm like a broken watch. I'm right once. I'm right twice a day.
Pedro.
So.
Pedro. Can't hide up that beautiful face.
Well, he does in Mandalorian. So I mean, look, what's the big deal?
Yes. Oh, hold on. Paul is in the back. Let me change out our little.
So I'm looking at definitely in episode 1 there's not mask. Episode 1. So as you're talking, I'm gonna keep skimming because I got the HBO logo up. Because episode 1 there is a mask, but I could have swore at least there was one scene in the first season that they were wearing the gas mask. I
know they had face coverings, but I don't know that I saw gas masks. Well, you know who did have a gas mask? The gay guy.
Bill.
That was Bill. He had a gas mask for sure.
Yeah, that's true. In that episode.
Yep,
that's true.
I remember that.
Okay, let me add Paul. What's up, Paul? What's up going on?
There he is.
One sec.
Hey, thanks for having me on the other day, bro. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, of course. All right, now I have to be like super quiet because my sister's trying to sleep. But that's why I have to go like this, really close.
Oh, yeah, God, that's
ASMR.
That ASMR voice is hot, Paul. You're gonna get some more super chats, Nadia. I can feel it.
Well, hello there.
hello.
Yeah, see, even
I'm gonna be a dad.
Yes, even episode 2 when they first take down Clicker in the games, they would take down Clicker, but Joe would also be wearing a mask. But yeah, for episode 2, they don't have. So even the second episode, they're not wearing masks. Keep scanning this.
And by the way,
where's Hook? Where's Hook? I'm missing my Hook with his Bella one-liners in the chat. Zach, you don't live up to Hook. Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, no, I was going to say that mushrooms reproduce by spreading spores. So the spores would be a thing from the get-go in this.
Yes.
Like from 2003 on. That's how shrooms spread.
Well, we were talking, I guess Zach's brought up a good point. Originally, they were supposed to wear more masks in season 1, but they didn't. Pedro didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, pretty boy.
Well, and even as well as Naughty to you, and I'm sure Nick knows, like, for spoilers, that in the game, the reason that because Dina doesn't find Ellie's immune by her getting bit. There's a scene where when the mask breaks, and then Ellie gives Dina the mask. Dina didn't wear it, and Dina's like, "No, Ellie, you have to wear a mask." She's like, "No, I don't need to wear a mask." Dina's like, "What's going on?" And they're walking through a section of a building, and Dina's like, "Wait a second, you don't have a mask, and you're breathing the spores." And she goes, "Yeah, I'm immune."
Yeah. I guess they felt it would be more dramatic to do it the way that they did it on the show.
Yeah, which is it's not a big change. Either way, she still finds out she's immune.
Yeah.
Are we at the only good part of the episode? Like already down in the basement?
One of the not yet.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet. We're at the opening with Sergeant Parker talking about how she had to seal up the basement and finding out that I didn't know if you knew this, but because I didn't catch it at first in the dialogue that Leon, who is the guy who was on the radio, is actually her son. Like her character's son. Yeah. So she had to make the decision, which I was watching I don't know if you guys do this, but I watched the like little behind the scenes clips that come afterwards about like, and they're describing how they kind of compare it to Joel's decision of like saving Ellie versus saving the world. Similar here. Like, do you save your child or do you save the world? I heard myself back for some reason. All right. So this is the opening for it. I think this was really well acted. Sergeant Parker here, I felt the emotions through it. And again, I know we're used to Bella Ramsey, right? With can't emote kind of things. But I will give it to Bella. She had me at the end, towards the end of this episode, and we'll get to that point.
Well, yeah, we're gonna hash that out because we're gonna talk about that.
I think it played out beautifully, but we'll see. We'll get to that point. So this is the wolf compound, right? Or the wolf, one of the wolf locations for it, talking about it. And again, this is probably the best episode of this season so far, in my opinion. And I know the bar is not that high. So I think this is a good break. I think we had too much Ellie and Dina, and I like that we broke it up here in this episode. And obviously, if you watch the trailer for the next episode, we're getting our flashbacks. We're getting our Joel flashback. Pedro's in the next one, so called it. And you're right, Blue. I think you said it too, Blue. They're dragging this out. There's no way she's going to be able to confront Abby because she's got to go through the others that I'm sure she's hunting down to find Abby through as well.
And I'm pretty sure Tox said this before, and I think he's assuming he's right that what they're doing is now this season is all about Ellie, and the next season is going to be Abby's point of view.
I hope it's another thing that I've been wrong about. I really do, because man, if we get to the season, or what's the episode count on this one? 8?
7. We only have 2 episodes.
7.
Left.
If we get to 7 and the final scene is like Ellie showing up and Abby turns around and she delivers some, I'm gonna be so pissed off. Side note, Blue, what do you think about Ted's mom here? Alana, your Urbeck is usually pretty good looking, and she looks rough in this scene. Did they digitally do something to her face to make her look older or something?
I mean, and maybe just
who looks good in The Last of Us post-apocalyptic? Like
that's what I felt like. Well, yeah, even like Pedro. Pedro, most people would say he's probably a handsome guy, but Joe doesn't seem as handsome as Pedro usually does. I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Like even like,
I would probably choose Joel over Pedro if I had.
Well,
Dina
always has her makeup on point while they're out in the apocalypse,
and her hair, by the way,
and her hair.
Not even the makeup, the hair. I'm like, she had a blowout done.
Well, she's got to make up for Ellie, so.
Let's go.
Oof. But I liked this dynamic. I like this back and forth. I actually was hooked into the episode by this scene. But again, we're not dealing with Ellie or Dina. We're just dealing with, I want more Seraphites and Wolf. I want more of that. Give me a story of, but knowing HBO will probably have a spinoff.
Well, I do agree with you, but doesn't this illustrate my point more? It's like the more good acting we get from other actors that are not our main protagonists, doesn't it draw more attention to their bad acting?
True.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Anytime Dina and Ellie are on the screen, and is no shade to Dina, and I think Bella Ramsey is just wrongly casted, to be honest. Very wrongly casted. It's just, it doesn't work with the type of characters from the video games. It doesn't, like, they are not leading actors. They are not somebody that can handle a show leading it like Pedro can.
Well, that's why Dina is the only one carrying the show.
True.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and love him or hate him. I know everybody's sick of seeing Pedro Pascal in fucking everything. I get it. But the man has been in Hollywood for, 20, 30 years since he was very young. And now he's getting his final break. So now studios are putting him in everything. So he's not going to say no to a paycheck. He's not going to say no to fame. Like, he's been working towards this.
I mean,
but Jake's right. They have negative chemistry.
He got lucky, Pedro Pascal did, because some actors like John Hamm, who are freaking spectacular, stayed in TV. He tried to do a few movies, but it never really took him to the next thing. And that's someone who got into Hollywood. Like, he tried all throughout his 20s and early 30s to get in before he got his break in TV.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like it's not that I'm on the side of Pedro, it's not that I'm rooting for him, but I just look at it from a logical standpoint of, I get it, we're all sick of him, but the dude's got to work. He's gonna accept anything that comes down his pipeline, and he's a hot commodity. So studios are automatically gonna go, hey, we're gonna no matter, even if he's wrong for the role, he will get butts into seats. So we're gonna cast Pedro. So similar with Fantastic Four.
Well, plus, but he is a
I
good
don't mind him
actor.
in Fantastic Four, actually.
We're gonna have to have a Thirsty Thursday after that one.
We most definitely will.
Yeah, so far, I'm skimming. Wow, so far, on HBO, I'm on episode 7, skimming through it, and 7 episodes in season 1, they still haven't worn a single mask. So I just forgot that detail. I'm pretty sure in the final episode, no one ever wears a gas mask the entire fucking first season. I headcanon it to.
Was I wrong about Bill? Bill didn't wear a gas
Bill
mask?
did. Bill did, because there's like a cut scene of in one of like the trailers that I've seen a while back that he's like taking it off or something to the extent, but I don't think it's so much for the spores. I think it's so much with something he was doing with it. So, all right, so we're back to Dina and Ellie. Ellie and Dina leave their temporary refuge, which is the movie theater here, from episode 4 to track Abby's group using Wolf's radio signal. So we find out the Wolf they just like let everything go on the radio signals, and it's mostly because who they're fighting against, the Seraphites, they don't use technology. So even if they're giving away secrets over the radio, it's only Wolf hearing it. Supposedly.
Yes.
You got stragglers like Ellie and Dina that are able to pick up to it. Dina is mapping out, so she's being resourceful, where it contrasts kind of Ellie's impulsiveness, right? She's just thinking of Abby. That's it. She just wants to, she's not thinking of how to get to Abby. She's just thinking, I need to get to Abby.
One-dimensional character.
Yes. She's not school oriented. That's thinking, which is interesting because I believe they're both born around the time this happens. Like, that the world is kind of shifted into this post-apocalyptic life, so they are basically homeschooled, I think, or in a sense.
Some people are just more educated.
No, but wasn't there like school of sorts at the beginning of the first game?
Oh, where Ellie was in like at
the very beginning of everything. I'm
the
pretty
fire.
Sure. Yeah,
I think the Fireflies had like a school.
Yeah,
that they were having the kids in.
Yeah, I mean, she had some education, but I think she does say that she's like at one point she's like, I suck at math. I mean, Dina's just better at math than her, because with Dina's she's breaking down the triangulations and the coordinates, but some people are just good mathematicians.
Boy, that's very misogynistic. Girls can be good at math. Mm-hmm.
Normally we're not, but yeah.
I mean, if you believe the MCU, not only are they good at math, they can build all the same tech as Tony Stark and Black Panther and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Girls can do it better. Didn't Nike say that? Whatever you guys can do, we can do 10 times better.
Yeah. Pee your name in the snow.
I mean, I would be willing to try. I don't know if it'll be readable, but I don't turn down a challenge. So remember, I'm a unicorn. I might be able to pull it off. So during this time too, when they're heading into Seattle, as they're trying to get closer to it, Dina reveals a little bit of her background story too. By the way, I think this scene was dumb. I really just, I get it. She misses her dad, but I think this is overplayed. Do something different. This just reminds me of the last episode with the guitar.
The only good part about this is that because she's been like, as people said, play mode and all happy and go lucky, and finally she's sitting down and she starts, and the song she's playing is something that we'll see in the flashback. Jill sang the song to her and kind of finally like, hey, yeah, he's really fucking gone, and maybe I should stop fucking around. And now she, like, you do see like the mental image of like, now she's kind of accepting it. It's kind of a little too late, but it's just you're finally grasping how fucking serious this is, because you're too busy like flirting with Dina and trying to like have this whole baby bullshit love talk. Like, yeah you're here for a fucking reason.
I'm okay with that. But why does this place look this good? How does this place look this good? Like, how does it look this undamaged? And this looks like she walked into this place like it's a bar, it's a stage in Kansas City.
And you can see the reflection on the stage at the bottom. By this point, there would be so much dust on that stage.
Yeah.
It would never be able to work back.
Been 20 years.
One other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if it's before or right after this. I think it's before, where Ellie turns on the generator for the lights. And I'm like, yo, you're trying to be stealthy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the last thing you should do is turn on lights.
And playing guitars.
Hook, I was wondering where you were, man. I was wondering where you were. I missed the real potato hours.
Potato.
Also, this stuff should have been stolen by now. This stuff would have been raided by now. And
or
before
just
everybody figured out what the world would. This would not be in pristine condition like this.
Yeah.
And those guitars would probably be rotted by now too, if you don't, if they're made. So yeah,
dude,
they have to be.
I've worked at bars that were like shut down during COVID, and so they were just shut down for like 2 months. And we went in there, and the stuff on the stage looked like shit. You're gonna tell me 20 years in the zombie apocalypse that stuff is gonna look that good? And when did, like you said, Nadia, when did Dora the Explorer get a chance to go to the salon and get her hair did? Like, what is going on?
Listen,
what?
Heatless curls do exist. Women can do that.
Why did their clothes look so good? How are those clothes look so good?
Clean.
Yeah, they're they go into the laundromat. They get this stuff. Like, dude, come on now, throw some dirt on them or something. This does not look. They look like they just stepped out of like Forever 21 or something.
He's not wrong.
You do have a daughter, if you're referencing Forever 21.
Yeah, I do.
So Dina reveals her tragic backstory here. A raider killed her mother and sister, and she killed the raider in revenge. So she was isolated because her mom was worried about what was going on outside. She eventually, at the age of I think 8, took a gun with her to go outside, and then came back. Caught the raider off guard, shot him, killed him, and she uses this as caution to Ellie about the cycle of vengeance, and asking if it matters who starts the conflict.
I didn't think she was cautioning her. I thought she was trying to motivate her.
That's what I thought too.
I kind of picked it up as both, like a motive, like either like she's down either way. She's down if she's gonna go kill Abby, but she's also okay if they want to turn around and back, because the moral lesson underscores the episode's theme of violence as a cooperating force. So like I picked it up as both. As in a sense to give Ellie in a sense like a safe space to be like, you're gonna be fine either way. I'm with you either way. So just whatever decision you've made.
Line. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's the line that she says. I mean, I don't disagree with you on the whole, but I do think the line that Dina delivers where she says, and if I found out that my mom or my family had done something to this raider that, you know, like made him come after us, guess what? I just wouldn't care. And you know how long I would go looking for him? Forever. I would never stop. So I really kind of took that as her just kind of amping her up, kind of is how I came away. I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. I don't know.
I agree with
I think it could be interpreted either way. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can be interpreted as like she's warning her that, you know, there's a cycle to this. Like, it doesn't matter who killed, if her mom messed with the Raiders people, like, where does the cycle end at some point? But
it ends when all of your enemies are dead. That's when it ends.
And yourself at that point too,
also,
because there's always going to be somebody. Go ahead, Blue.
Also, real quick before you talk about that, she's like, "Hey, so have you named your baby yet?" Well, if it's a girl, I'm gonna name her Ellie.
Or Elijah, right?
Yeah.
Or is it...
No, yeah. If it's a boy, it's Elijah. But she's so her newborn baby. I'm gonna name my newborn kid Ellie after you. Just.
I'm gonna be a dad.
And then so if it's a boy, it's gonna be Elijah. So basically, you're naming your kid after your girlfriend who you slept with one time.
I just love how Dina has become, you know, the John Wick of, you know, like, I'm gonna kill them all, you know, like, we're not gonna stop. And then, like, she's doing all that, and Ellie's like, "You're so smart, you're so pretty, you're so great, I'm so in love," like, until the last scene when she switches up. So I'm just like, dude, what is going on? Like, you know what he would have been a baller move. I know it's ridiculous, but they would have been a baller move for them to completely go against the game and have Ellie get killed off, and then Dina becomes the main character. I totally like they could have saved the whole show with that. I would have been like, okay, I see you. Let's do that. But they're not.
Yeah, that's a weird. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, is it me or is Dina doing all the work for Ellie?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why is Dina right now more pissed off and motivated to go after Joel's killers than Ellie?
Because she can emote and Bella Ramsey can't.
And that's what's like. It's good acting on the actress playing Dina, but it's also like from Ellie. Ellie, why aren't you more? Why? Yeah, Dina's more angry than you are.
I don't know what is Tiawaki. What is that? Is that an acronym for something? Is that an acronym? Because if it is, I don't know what it is.
I will say this is probably one of the dips in the episode with the two of them. Obviously, with the two of them, like I'm tired of these two. They don't have chemistry. Like, stop forcing it. It doesn't work. Like, I don't care if they're lesbians. Lesbians still can have chemistry. Just these two just don't have it off of each other.
Yeah,
I've seen better lesbian chemistry from two straight chicks, like in Buffy and Faith and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like
best friends, even two.
Yeah, they had crackling chemistry. Like this is like redunk. It's so silly. This was really a chore to get through this early stage of this show. To be fair.
So what Dina finds out is that Wolf is there's a gap in their was it when they
surveillance?
What's the word I'm looking for? Thank you. Which is this building, this factory building, and they figured out the reason why there's probably nobody covering this is because there are infected in there. So they decide if they can get in there, get through it on the other side, they can escape past Wolf into deeper into Seattle. Problem is that they run across, I think it was like 5 stalkers entirely in this, which are the smarter ones.
Yeah, just like hyenas. Like, hey, look, there's one. No, there's never just one. You're only seeing one right now.
Yeah.
Then there's 2, then there's 3, and sure.
Yeah,
I do like this though because of how because I was like, okay, if they extricate themselves out of this by some kind of weird girl boss thing, I'm gonna be really mad. But the fact that Jesse had to come in and save them, I do like that, because I was like, okay, unless someone comes and save them, like Tommy or Jesse or one of the Wolf people or something like that, thinking like they're on the same side or whatever, unless that's the thing, there's no way they're getting out of this.
Which to me, Ellie's also smarter in the game, because Ellie, yes, you are immune, but the show Ellie's like, well, I'm immune. Yeah, you're immune, right? Biting won't hurt you. You can still be killed, though. You can still be fucking mauled to death.
She can. Yeah, facts. She can be torn to pieces.
Yeah, and
a million things could happen. Or also, like, dude, what is going on? I've seen the game cuts. Ellie in the game does a 2-hand hold with these. Like, what is this free one-handed thing? Like, she's just clacking off rounds like she's got unlimited ammo, and just like. So I started blasting, like all over the place. And Dina's no better. Yeah. She's sitting there like clacking off the gun with a 1-hand hold. And it's like, dude, I don't even, I'm 250 pounds. I don't hold a pistol with 1 hand. I always go 2 hands. Like these chicks that got these that are 90 pounds are like clacking off. I mean, Nadia, you shoot guns. Do you sit there and clack off rounds with accuracy 1-handed? Like,
I'll lose my hand. My wrist will break. The recoil
guns
on
have
it,
kickback.
Yeah, it'll kick back, or I'll shoot my head off, or in some sense like that. No way.
Well, at the very least, you're not hitting what you're trying to hit. I mean, I don't even know where. Like these two, remember episode 1? They're like, oh, people look up to you guys because you guys are so good at this stuff. Says fucking who? Who said that? Who said they're so good at this? They do not seem like they are good at this, at all.
Yeah, even with my pistol, I have to have 2 hands on it at all times.
Yeah,
you should.
I had 2 hands on the first time I shot a 45, and I almost broke my face.
Dude, even we have the judge, the big fucker. It's like heavy as you need like 4 hands to hold that fucking thing. At least I do. With how big it is.
I don't know, like a Desert Eagle is completely unnecessary and like not convenient.
That's more of a collectible thing. I think that's more if people want to have it as a collection thing. I like our AR better, to be honest. I think that shoots better, mostly because, again, I don't like the recoil on the handhelds. To me, I'm just not strong enough for it.
Women tend to be much better with rifles. I've always noticed. So
and even with my I don't remember what brand or what it is. Chris picked it out for me. My my handheld is actually specially for like people with arthritis, so it's able to like
Oh, nice.
pull back
Okay.
a little bit easier and stuff. So yeah, it to me it doesn't look realistic, which is a sad part, because there is a particular scene in the first season where I think it's where she's about to meet the cannibals for the first time, and the way she like ejects the bullet out, like it's properly done, like everything's done well. It was very impressive to me. And then we get to this where she's just shooting random things, like she's not even purposely shooting, she's just shooting in the air.
She's just clacking off rounds, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
But here's one of the stalkers that they find. This is where I think it's very a better part of the episode, where we get into more of the horror aspect of it with the zombies and the different stalkers. I liked the makeup from what I could see from it.
Yeah, can
but
we talk about the
I
lighting?
didn't. The lighting is horrible here. Absolutely.
I-
What do I always say, Paul? What does HBO not know how to do?
They don't know how to do lighting.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do their lighting.
Well, I mean, like,
And
I
then-
was watching it, and it's kind of bright out, and I have like no way to stop light really, other than like putting the shades down, which then whatever. I couldn't see shit.
They don't know how to. It's because they don't know how to light I don't know why they don't know how to light their nights, but they don't know how to light it to where it contrasts you still can see it, even though they have the light source should be the what are they called? Flashlights. Man, my brain is just not here today. The flashlights. So they just don't know how to contrast it very well. I don't know.
So usually
or they just want it dark because they don't want to show off the makeup. Maybe the makeup looks like shit up close.
So usually the like in a dark scene, you point the light at the focal point, meaning one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I'm saying they're using flashlights in this scene, right? So they're trying to admit that it's dark in here, so that's why it's super dark for the screen. But there should be in a sense like a way for them to contrast where you can still see the stalkers and stuff and still see things where it's not, where you don't need to worry about watching this late at night to contrast it. Just
I mean, also a small nitpick, but a nitpick nonetheless, just because I'm being an asshole. They're using army issue flashlights that have like 3 different lenses, so you don't give away your position. You can put a red lens on so that you can still see things, but you're not giving away your direct position, or the white lens, which is the one that is obviously the better of the beam, but it totally gives it's 3 little circle things in the bottom of the flashlight. They come standard, and then you have a blue one that you can also use. Use red. So yeah, it's weird that they wouldn't do like these. They're supposed to be so well trained and all this, and yes, correct, Hook. So it's just weird. I mean, I get it. Only somebody like me would know that. But again, at the end of just like, let's try a little verisimilitude. Like, can we just try? If you're not going to have good acting, or good plot, or good writing, work on the technique of the stuff. I mean, give me something to work with here, guys. Like, it's just pulling me right out of everything they're doing. Just screams of, they're like the final girls that are going to get killed in a sci-fi horror movie, as opposed to the protagonists that we're supposed to believe are going on a revenge mission in the zombie apocalypse. I mean, what is the plan here, Ellie? You're just going to run out there and just like draw fire for Dina until what? Like what? Like if help hadn't arrived, these guys would be screwed.
Yeah, and Jesse arriving, this is very much plot armor.
Yeah, it's Jesse do Machina, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Blue,
my baby daddy's here. Yeah, sorry.
Is Blue a big part of Blue? Is Jesse a big part of the game?
He's a part of the game. I wouldn't say a big part.
Like this? Like, does he show up randomly?
Oh no!
Save their asses?
Well, they are at least keeping canon. Jesse and Tommy do show up in Seattle.
Okay. So. I was wondering about that. I was wondering
Blue Collar's popcorn machine just went off while he was trying to answer.
Is that what it was?
Oh, it's a damn dog upstairs scratching. Fucking dog. Nope.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck? I was like, you have a popcorn machine? Yes, my Korean beefcake shows up.
Is he Korean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you not remember? I had to look it up to make sure that he was Korean. Yeah, he's Korean.
Okay.
He's a Korean actor. I don't think I have a stream of me going Kring! Like
Nice.
our last stream or 2 streams ago. But yeah, Jesse shows up in the nick of time to save him before these stalkers can eat Dina and then tear apart Ellie. Like, you guys are right. Ellie thinks she's just immune to everything because she's immune to this, not immune to the fact that these things are feral animals in a sense. They're going to tear you apart and try to eat you. South Korea or best Korea? I don't know, Hook. I don't know. I would assume South if he's acting here in the United States. Also, Jesse doesn't know that Ellie is immune, and Dina had to be like, she didn't get bit. I watched her, and Jesse is pissed right now because these two decided to take off on their own. So Jesse and Tommy came looking for them to take them back to Jackson.
Yeah. I felt like at this point, like, I know there's a lot going on, but I feel like it wouldn't be too ridiculous to just be like, okay, we'll discuss this later. It's really complicated, but the long and the short of it is Ellie's immune. So, because it's just going to solve so many problems in the long run. And just be like,
yeah, because even Tommy knows already too.
Yeah, Tommy already knows and can stipulate it. So just be like, listen, she's immune. We'll deal with it later. Yada yada yada. But yeah, I don't. It just gets worse and worse. Right here, it's just like
it's so dark. Like, I can barely see anything.
Nope, shit. What the fuck just went off?
I don't know what. That was a wake-up call. Yeah, it's so dark. I can barely see. So right now what happened was Wolf found them. They're running out of that building. They run into the forest or park. I think it's
sorry about that.
Seattle Park.
That's
You're
okay.
good. And Wolf won't follow them into it because we find out that this is like Seraphite territory for it.
Yep.
They originally thought, oh, it's because the infected. No, it's because these crazy religious cult lives in here. And they're about to string up somebody.
I did like the scene just because showing that for Jeff Wright's character that in this situation, WLF or the Seraphites, there's no real clear good guys or bad guys because they're both fucked up. Now it was a whole chicken and the egg. Well, you killed our kids, you got our guys, we got your guys. The Seraphites aren't like Buddhist monks.
It's a cycle of vengeance, cycle of revenge. It's the same theme that we're getting with I think that's why they added this. It's just a subplot of similarity to Ellie and Abby, where you don't know who started it, but you killed who and then I'm gonna kill back and forth, so there's no stop to it.
I guess I've heard it said that the Seraphites are supposed to be Palestine and the wolf is supposed to be Israel.
But with most media, you can compare stuff to.
That's the scary part, because this game is almost 10 years old, and that's a problem because this stuff happened in the game that came out in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the things between Palestine and Israel have been going for generations, centuries.
Facts.
So, like, you can pretty much pick anything up that's between two.
Well, I mean, luckily, I mean, the good news is, college kids now are protesting it and taking over libraries and stuff. So they should be able to get that fixed that way. So it should be over pretty soon.
True.
I don't know about that. But
I said sarcastically.
The power of a sign.
At least, Paul, this is lit well.
Yeah, no, this isn't bad. Here's my question though. Like, okay, I always have this issue with, and it's usually like a post-apocalyptic type thing. So like, I don't know if you guys ever watched The Walking Dead. They had these, like, one of the main enemies of our survivor group, they were called wolves. And so they had just decided to, I don't know, embrace the apocalypse and not really have like weapons that much, or just go back to basics. So very similar to these Seraphite people, but like where do they draw the line with their technology? Because like they're not using bow and arrow, they're using crossbows. So like where do you stop with your technology? Because it's not like they just have bladed weapons and hammers and stuff. They have like actual, like a crossbow is a compound weapon. I mean, it's literally called a compound.
Yeah, but it
bow.
It doesn't use like digital technology. I think that's where they draw the line, where they don't use.
That's where they draw the line. Okay,
that's what I pick up on. Similar, because Dina relates them to the Amish earlier in the episode.
I feel like the
Amish wouldn't use a crossbow.
Well, I thought it was funny.
But I'm saying the compound crossbow doesn't have it doesn't have to be plugged in, charge. It's not. It's based off, like pressure and science. So it's That's like if they were using something like I mean, do they use guns? They don't use guns though.
No,
I don't think they use
No.
guns. No.
No. Okay.
Hey, Jacob, how are you, buddy?
What's up, Jacob? The Miss Potato Head Show.
Wait, hold on. I was just thinking, Miss or Mr. Potato Head or Zem, because she's, you know.
I think it's just a potato at that point.
Yeah, just a potato.
The potato head.
Potato. Potatoes are delicious, man. I love potatoes.
But I thought it was so funny dialogue when Dina says to Ellie, she's like, "Hey, so you ever hear about these people called Amish? Like, oh, Amish, what's Amish? Like, because it's 25 years in the future, Amish in Pennsylvania, they won't exist for these guys in this zombie apocalypse."
Yeah, I would say it's a good comparison though of the difference. I think giving to the audience that the Seraphites are non-technology and then the wolf are technology. So it's a interesting comparison. I would say it's a pretty good. Would be the last survivors. Yes, the Amish would be the last survivors.
Would they?
They can't get away in those horse-drawn cars.
Well, that's the problem.
But when cars are obsolete, they got horses to ride.
Yeah, but in terms of zombies though, but then how are they supposed to fight off zombies with hopes and prayers?
Yeah, they're not allowed to do violence. How would they survive?
Even bread? I don't know.
Please don't bite me. Sure.
I don't know. I just know they make really good furniture and really good butter and bread.
Cool. Yes, the bread. Oh my God, there's an Amish market near my mom's house. Banging.
Right? Our dining room table is Amish made, handmade by the Amish.
My knowledge of Amish extends only to the TV show Banshee and nothing more. So.
Yeah, Hook said, "Wait, who said they're not allowed to do violence?" I got news for you. Amish mafia. Do you not know about this?
I mean, from Banshee, I do, but I mean, he was the mafia guy was kicked out of the Amish, but I mean, I don't know.
Put down many in FBI.
Did they? I don't know.
That's what Hook's saying. All right, so this guy gets basically de-gutted. Is the nicest way to put it.
De-gutted? I think it's just gutted.
Gutted, de-gutted, or gutted, whatever.
Don't scream, please don't, please.
And then they hear the three of them. And, Dina gets an arrow to the thigh, and so Ellie tells Jesse, like, "Hey, take her back. I'll meet you at the theater. Don't worry about me. Just take her." And Ellie decides to take her own little field trip.
Of course she does.
I did like Jesse calling out their bullshit too. What the hell are you doing? I was like, we didn't need your help. We were doing fine until what? Oh yeah,
until now.
And she's like, until we won.
Right. That was like the only admission of.
Yeah.
I was like, is she gonna say something slick? But she was like, yeah, until now. So I was like, all right, well at least she's honest about it.
I watched.
America went to war against the Amish. Interesting.
Dear God.
We did.
I guess, yeah. It said, look at America's attack on them. They settled with a truce. Go ahead, Paul.
No, I watched this other YouTube video earlier today about unteachable lessons. Ellie is unteachable.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you warn her, don't do this, try to do this, and she will just do the opposite every time.
Right. It would actually work better to do what you do to usual Gen Z, Zem, Zers, and all that stuff. Tell them the opposite of the thing you actually want them to do, and they'll almost always do that. And how bad is this guy at his job? He's like, oh, it was just a critter. Dude,
yeah.
Literally, like, even I could fit in that little crawl space. I mean, it'd be a tight squeeze, but still, like, dude, come on. Like, dude, he just assumes it's a critter. Like, dude, you suck at your job, man.
Yeah.
The dog knows what's up.
I thought for a second he's have like let go the dog's leash, and dog was about to fucking tear Ellie apart.
Yeah, get in there and go. I was surprised by that. To your point, Paul, she acts like a 13-year-old, not a 19-year-old. She acts like she hasn't matured from season 1 to season 2.
She's arrested development. She's like stayed at that level, and she's not gone any further.
I mean, I've actually known people that like were in their 30s and were like 13.
That's me.
Even when I showed like to you guys in our Twitter group there, like Ellie in the game, like, she's very stealthy. She's stealthy. She's very fucking smart. Like now, Ellie in the show is stupid.
Yeah, she's like a bull in a china shop. It's really bad. This whole scene, I really want to hear your how you're saying how good this final scene is, Nadia, because I could not disagree with you more.
The coldness in her eyes towards the end when she's cornering Nora. ready, and Nora's realizing like, hey, Ellie, like, why doesn't she have a mask? We're both gonna die. And then realizing who she is actually, and that she like that they haven't, her death isn't sealed with her. Like, Nora's gonna die. She realizes that, but she realizes she's not taking Ellie out with her, and there's more to it. So I liked that back and forth with the two of them. I thought when Ellie finally gets into the hospital and she finds Nora, I thought that was a little too easy. I'm like, how the hell does this kid able to walk around? Because you can see in this scene, Nora's helping a bunch of different people who are injured and such, and then she goes, and then Ellie's able to find the corner of the hospital that she's in by herself in this room. It just doesn't.
I like how Nora's still managed in the zombie apocalypse to stay trendy with her septum rings and her earrings and all that stuff.
By the way, that scene between the two of them, it seemed very 1-to-1 with the video game. Is that what it looked like?
No, not. In fact, I have the clip down below, so I don't know if Nadia wants to play it when this is over. But the clip of the of this scene is from the video game is I downloaded it and uploaded it to the bottom, and it's so different. It's crazy how much better the game is. I can't believe I'm saying this. I sound like the complete opposite toxic of defending this show last season and even earlier this season, but like I'm sitting here saying the game is better, and I've not even played the game. I just watched the cutscenes, and it's just
how long is
so
that cutscene though? I might get flagged for it though.
I think you can. I think you can play and pause it. I mean, I don't know. I think it's like it's a YouTube reel, so it's no more than like 60 seconds. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you split it
this
into
just
like
seems
10-second clips.
Yikes! Yikes!
I never understand YouTube. I mean,
NSFW.
Yeah. Oh man, Warner Brothers hit me for my. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
On the stream, Nia and Leon, they watch full trailers, but then one time I showed 10 seconds trailer, they fucking blocked my video, and I'm like, I showed 10 seconds, but and I'm happy for Nia and Leon, but like they're just doing full trailer watch throughs, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's if it's Warner Brothers, they're the worst. They're the worst at it. Warner Brothers hit me. Go ahead.
There's a place apparently, and you got to ask Sin about it, where they give you the clips and trailers that are like copyright free. Sin knows. You can ask her.
I'll ask her.
I do what Enzo.
She's joining me, by the way.
Yeah, Enzo taught me. He's like, if you want to use something, just before you stream or before you do your video, just upload it and see if it passes, and if it doesn't pass, then you know. I do
that every single video. Some of them are really annoying. It's like 12 uploads.
I was talking about Ed and Lorraine Warren, and then I was playing the Last Rites trailer to react to it. And it's a
you
trailer.
Got hit for that? You got hit for that?
I got hit for the trailer, but I disputed it, and I think they released it finally. But it's just I'm reacting to a trailer. Like,
it's fair
use.
This
isn't promoting.
It's fair use. Yeah. No,
show.
There's no. I think it's something in there. I don't think it's I don't think it's an entity doing it. I think there's some sort of algorithm thing.
Just for AI. Yeah.
I think it's an AI thing that just flags it automatically, and then
Warner Brothers is the worst.
But to be fair, Nadia, but you're right. But disputing though, so far I think that like 9 out of 10 times disputes usually work for me.
Same.
Well, video games playing always hits me. Until Dawn, when I was playing Until Dawn, I got copyrighted all the time because of the music. Yeah. I liked Nora here that she wasn't sympathetic. At first I was like, really, you're maybe you're on her, and then she's like, I'm glad that little bitch died.
She does that in the game too.
Yeah, she does.
I'm like, dude, she's got a gun on you.
Yeah, and we almost get an expression out of Bella Ramsey here.
Yeah,
when
really.
She says that. Almost. Not quite.
I still hear his screams, and then she's like, I'm glad. Yeah, that little bitch got what he deserved. Well, Nora, I don't know if I would say that to the person who's got a gun on me, but okay.
Well, if she knows the way that Ellie shoots, then she probably felt pretty safe.
That's true. That's true. And just for the plot, she's able to escape Ellie at this point by throwing, I think, some sort of cleaning solution or whatever she was using to clean the bandages and stuff. And she's running, screaming, saying, "Hey, we got an intruder. Where is everybody else? Where is everybody?" Nobody's here, and I think
You're using logic.
Rethinking back to it to the beginning of the episode, they lost a whole unit of people because they sealed them in the basement.
Yeah,
like they're soldiers and stuff. So they probably less amount of people on it. But of course, we get the idea that the basement is polluted with all this airborne spores, and then where do they end up at the end of this episode? The bottom, the basement.
Yeah,
by chance, right? Or
God, she can't act. Just that image that you just had.
This was cool, though. I will say
that was
cool. That's cool. I would literally, if I wound up here, I would shit my pants. Like if I walked into this and I saw this, I would be like, this is
Halloween Horror Nights should do a Last of Us house. That would be really cool.
They should. Yeah, they should.
That would be really
a zombie
cool.
apocalypse is just, you might as well just put a bullet in your own head. Like you can survive, but like for how long?
Apparently I'm a biter, so my husband's like, I know exactly the way you're going out. Before you become a super biter. So, but yeah, there's not much hope in the zombie apocalypse unless the zombies eventually die off from starvation and then you can restart society. But how long is that going to take?
A couple of decades.
Why can't you go north, like towards like stupid cold, and then they just freeze to death?
Yeah, but have you ever seen? There's this zombie movie where it was like Nazi zombies that came back.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And they attack like a cabin of like teenagers in the winter. Like they were frozen and then they unfreeze.
Huh.
It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Let me know the name of that movie because that sounds interesting.
I hate to look up zombie Nazi movie. Dead Snow.
You're gonna wind up on a watch list now.
Dead Snow is the movie. Probably. I'm already on a watch list. This is where I'm talking about. This is okay. This is where I'm going to give it to Bella on this one. I actually like the standoff here between her and Nora. Again, the realization on Nora's face that she's fucked, but she's double fucked because Ellie's immune, and this is the girl that they've been told about. So, Overlord is another good movie.
The one thing I did like because finally we're seeing Ellie where now she's pissed off, she's upset with Joe, not like the happy-go-lucky I'm flirting Ellie. Like, yeah, we're here. It's
I mean, this is probably the most acting I've seen Bella do the entire season, even more so than her scream after Joel's death. But I like this. I thought this would have been a good follow-up episode to episode 2 or 3 versus the 2 episodes we got of her and Dina back and forth and the whole Seattle thing.
And I do wonder because like the rewatching now, it's like, is a good actor is because she's showing no emotion, but also with the red lights and then the way the fucking.
But that's the thing, the no
eyes.
Emotion works here, like the coldness and the just staring straight.
So it's like,
I get it, she can't emote, but it works here.
That's what I'm saying. So she's very good at not emoting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you this, Naughty. If I had not seen the cut scenes with what's her name playing Bella, then
Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson, thank you. If I had not seen those, then I'd probably agree with you. But because I did see those, I'm like, not, and I wasn't even searching it. It was just somebody uploaded it to TikTok because the argument is on TikTok is like, oh, well, if you don't think Bella Ramsey can act, check out her thing. And then someone retorted with, oh, yeah, that scene's really good, huh? Well, look at this scene from the game. And the scene from the game is just, she knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Ashley. That's what I said with my issues with the second game, the acting, the voice actors, mocap, that was never the issue. It's the overall storyline. But the actors that play, all the characters and voice actors were fantastic. The graphics are good. The overall story I'm like, but it's nobody phoned it in for the second game in terms of even the girl played Abby. No one hated the actress. It was just the character.
Because Laura Bailey also plays Abby in The Last of Us 2, and Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson both play D&D on Critical Role.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
There you go. Yeah, they're both D&D nerds.
To your question, Cinevere, I have not seen the Alkalite. I think
I haven't seen the Alkalite.
That might be a
either.
question for Blue Collar since he suffered through that.
Don't. I suffered through that crap too.
Huh.
Well, to be fair, he was enlisted in it with Lance from Outcast Creative to do it. So
I would say Bella is not as bad because in season 1 she actually showed she can act versus the girl in Acolyte just can't act. Period. Like
That's
Bella
not true. But that's not true, Blue. Are we you talking about the main girl that plays twins?
Yeah, so I think that's
she was good. I seen her in 2 other things: The Hate They Give Us, and that movie she did with Pete Davidson where they're in a house and trying to figure out who the killer is. Those were, but she was good at both of those.
See what? So I'm just going by what I've seen in the Acolyte then.
Okay,
so,
well, yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Like at least Bella, I've never seen her do anything good in anything, and like the other chick from the Acolyte, I mean, I think she just got a bad script and a bad show and stuff because I've seen her good in a couple other things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about Bella in Game of Thrones. She's better in there. She plays the role well.
But she was a little kid playing a little kid saying grown-up things, and I think you really kind of that's not a high bar to set. Like a little kid, like a kid actor is either really good or really you're either at the level of her in Game of Thrones or you're young Anakin in episode 1. Bad acting of a little kid. You know, little kids are either precocious and they're really believable, or they're like, you know, yippee, I'm in a starship.
Poor Jake Lloyd.
So Ellie beats Nora to death with a pipe here.
Yes.
I mean, she's already dead. She's caught the airborne with the spores. So
yeah,
like she's already dead, but she beats her until she tells her where Abby is. Which she doesn't tell her. I'm sure she does. Like, I'm sure we're going to lead into that. Not next episode, because next episode's all flashbacks about Joel. Episode 7. I'm sure it's going to lead into getting closer to Abby. If they do the confrontation between Abby and Ellie in season episode 7, I'll be very surprised. Very surprised.
I really think I'm right on this. They're going to wait right up until the very second to last scene or penultimate scene or something like that, and it's going to be like turn around and it's going to be like Abby is right there or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it hurt? Does it hurt?
Where's Abby?
Yeah, even her voice is better too.
Well, I mean, Ashley Johnson's a trained actor.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. And she was in season 1. She's Ellie's mom.
Yeah.
In the flashback.
Yeah.
Breathing spores. Yeah.
You Firefly?
You're that girl.
There are no Fireflies anymore.
Because Joe killed them all.
I want to play this game so bad. Well, at least the first one.
No, the second one, I think at least it's playable to see how bad it is in a sense.
Yeah.
But scenes like this, in isolation, this is not a bad scene.
I'm fucking dead anyway. Why would I tell you anything?
Oh, even she's a better actress.
Yeah.
Because I can make it quick.
Gee, thanks.
I can make it.
She's so much prettier.
See what I mean? See what I mean, boss? I mean, I just feel like this shit's all over.
Yeah. I hear you. Hi, Tabitha. What's up? It's not spooky. We're done. We're done with the spookiness. You're good. You're good.
A digital character is better looking than Bella Ramsey.
Well, with the mocap, well, the thing is because Ellie is, I say I guess more adult Ellie, but remember Ellie was off of Ellen Page.
Yeah. And then with the mocap off of Ashley Johnson mixed in with it too.
Yeah, definitely.
By the way, I would remind you.
Dead named. Named. Be careful.
Well, I mean, at the time period, that was her name.
Yeah. I will remind you that Ashley Johnson was also a child actor. At 9 and 10, she was on the Roseanne show, and she was hilarious. She was so good. She had like 2 episodes on that show. She was so funny.
She's great. She's one of those actors that just pops up in things, and you just
she elevates the material. Yeah.
Kind of like Alan Tudyk, acting bacon. She just elevates it a little bit more.
Acting bacon. I like that. I like
bacon.
that.
Yeah.
I got a new term tonight, acting bacon. Also, I got to hear Paul do his NPR tryout voice. Welcome. Tonight we're going to be talking East Coast, West Coast, and we're going to be deciding how bad Trump is doing in his second presidency. And if you'll go ahead and donate to our channel tonight, we'll be using all these proceeds to help out the poor victims in Palestine. So tune in to NPR. Good? Was that good? or no?
Not bad.
Okay, that's my NPR voice.
Blue, final thoughts on the episode.
Like you said, probably better than the previous ones. And as I talked about with you and Toxic and even Paul, like I do appreciate like that was the issue with the second game is that the zombies are an afterthought. Ellie kills more WLF and also Seraphites and even Abby does as well. You barely kill zombies in the second game. I do like the fact that they, at least in this episode, they're making the spores a threat again. But and maybe is Bella's acting at the end. I think the imagery of having like, you know, almost like the black doll eyes on top of the red lighting, that makes the scene more intense. But like Toxic just showed, it's not as good as the game. So it's not a bad episode, but yeah, that one, so many fucking scenes like, you know, hey, I'm gonna name my kid Ellie or Elijah. Christ, and
I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah, it's just that there are, like I said, Dina, that girl playing Dina, she's more pissed off than Ellie is and Bella, and I don't know, it's weird, like it's a love hate. Like there are some things I like about this, and some things they improve on from the game. Like the stalkers were cool. Like it's such a weird thing, because I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's like still like a 5 out of 10 for me. Like I'm watching it, but I'm seeing all the things they can fix, and it's such a weird complication because people said this. The first game was so fucking similar to the first season, but now with season 2, they're changing a lot of things for better or for worse. It's better and worse because, as we all seen in episode 1 there, episode 2, that big fucking zombie outbreak fight was awesome. Like, and that was better than the game. But then some things they do worse. It's so weird with this season.
Yeah. Toxic. Final thoughts on this episode.
I mean, like I said, I don't disagree with you that this is definitely an upgrade from the last couple episodes, but I mean, do we really want to reward them because this is less shitty than the shitty stuff that we've already got? And knowing that we have like what 2 episodes left, and then they're going to give us a 2-year, 3-year break, and then try to come back with a season 3 that Caitlin Deaver is going to be in, and maybe she's going to work out the whole time and get her arms big. You know, dude, I just don't know. There's nothing to look forward to. Like this was such a slog to get through. This really was difficult to watch it. And yeah, some of it was mildly intriguing, but the stuff that was really good was stuff that our protagonists were not in. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, you know? And then again, like I said, no, I didn't play the game, but I have watched these cutscenes, and these cutscenes are like so far superior. Like even what Paul said, that the Nora girl is better played in that, like, you know, the secondary, you know, antagonist character. So it's just like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how they fix this moving forward, you know, and it's just like 2 episodes left, and the next one's going to be like what you predicted at the outset, that it's going to be all Pedro flashback all the time, because, you know, he had to justify his paycheck and stuff. It's like, I don't care. We're way past that now. I can already, you know, like I don't think they're going to come up with any flashback scenes that are going to make me go, oh, you know, it's like, and it's just going to take away from the central narrative of the revenge tale now. And if I'm right, and I bet I am, and that last episode is, you know, we're going to wait till the last scene, and then, you know, Abby turns around and is like, I've been waiting for you, or something like that, you know, like that's all we get. And then, because that was really the only thing I was looking forward to in the season was Caitlin Deaver, and we've gotten like 5 minutes of her. So just like, you know, I don't know, dude.
Paul, final thoughts.
Admittedly, the episode of what I could see, given the lighting situation, has been all right. It's fine. Good enough, I guess. But I can't, at the end, I'm like, I don't care about any of these characters. Like, whatever. They can live, die, whatever. The episode didn't do anything for me to like actually care about these characters. Yeah. I mean, there was some cool sequences. Like at the very end, I actually did like that scene. That, you know, Ellie kind of lured her down in there and, you know, did her in without firing a shot. But yeah, I don't know how what they're gonna do. Maybe they do it all from the other girl's perspective the next season. I have no idea. But I don't see how like Ellie can kill Abby
if she
at
can't
all.
aim.
live from Washington. This is NPR.
Nice.
Make
Hey,
sure to.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted the whole time.
Make sure you visit our fundraising page at npr.org/donate.
They're gonna end on first Abby and Ellie fight at the theater, I bet. Ah, okay. I didn't know there was a first fight. Welcome, Raymond Carter.
It's
Welcome. Good night, Hook. Good night, Hook. For myself,
I think that's Ramon, boss.
oh Ramon. Sorry, Ramon. Like Ramona Flowers. Anyway, for my thoughts, I think this is probably the stronger episode out of all 5 episodes, and that's saying a lot because the bar is like very low for them to trip over. So I know it's not a very high bar. I thought it was very much a good balance. I feel this episode is what all the other episodes should have been. A little bit of Wolf and Seraphites, a little bit of Ellie and Dina, a little bit of Wolf and Seraphites, a little bit like balance it back and forth, not an entire episode about the two of them, because again, I don't think the two of them have chemistry with each other very well.
They couldn't afford Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright was good last episode, but again, last episode, the storytelling of the Wolf and the Seraphites is more interesting than this revenge tale, and this revenge tale is supposed to be the centerfold of this entire season. So, yeah, I liked the end with the Nora and Ellie, but we're getting flashbacks next season, and we're not going to see an Ellie. If we do, an Ellie and Abby fight is just a tip of the iceberg, and I'm going to be very surprised if they don't cancel season 3. I'm going to be very surprised with how low viewership is just dipping every single episode.
If this was Netflix, I would guarantee they would drop it. If this was Netflix, but HBO was weird about HBO. Kind of, yeah. I mean,
if it's too expensive and they're not getting the ratings back, they're gonna drop it.
Except for Carnival, which was a phenomenal show.
I love that show.
Yeah, right?
Oh, the show's so good. It's one of my favorites.
I should go back and rewatch it, but what was it? Only 2 seasons, and then they cut it.
Yeah, 2 seasons. Well, because it was too expensive. It was too expensive, and the viewership wasn't there for it. That's why.
I know they canceled Sugar because it didn't, like, after the big twist, nobody wanted to watch it and stuff like that.
No, there's still a season 2.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. Netflix would absolutely. I mean,
Netflix will drop it even if it's good. Sometimes they just Netflix is known for dropping shows.
Yeah, like
I like the
Messiah,
Jeffrey,
which was great.
Yeah, I like the Jeff Goldblum's Krayos Greek storytelling. I watched the first season. I actually liked it. It was not bad, but they canceled it. They were like, nope.
A real heartbreaker was I Am Not Okay With This. That was so good.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
the big twist was there was a season 2. All right. Blue, what do you got going on next?
I'm not sure. I'm just busy. It's busy with the real life stuff. But my own Last of Us videos, and I want to start playing Expedition 33 because my kid's been loving it. And Dad, why don't you play this game? I was like, buddy, I'm just, we all 4 of us been there. Like, man, to be 17, have fucking endless free time. Like,
have you played any of it?
No, because I want to beat Kazan first, because Kazan, I'm like halfway through that. But, just with real life stuff and just seeing Final Destination. And I mostly just been guessing because tomorrow we're doing Stranger Things, obviously helping out Nick with the John Wick's stream, and just trying to, like, slow things down because I'm just trying to just have fun.
Yeah, so, enjoy life. Life outside of YouTube.
I'm thinking about maybe trying shorts out because, like, remember I told you about in January the film the Damned came out, and I never got the chance to review it, and now it's on Hulu. But, like, shorts, you can do quick 1-minute reviews. I might start doing more of those because sometimes making a 5 or 10
viewership.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because sometimes even doing a 5-minute review may take me 4 or 5 hours, and I got so much shit going on with work and life, and being an uncle and.
I mean,
congratulations again, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She 42 years old. She bumped him out at 42. God damn.
Hey, man. Yeah. It's fine. My mom had twins at that age too. So yeah, they keep you alive longer. Toxic, what do you got going on next?
So I'm actually going to do a video on, there's this big craze going on of people becoming defenders of John Walker from the Thunderbolts. All of a sudden, even hinting that maybe he's better than Steve, but there's a lot of videos, probably like at least 15 that I've seen saying John Walker did nothing wrong from Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series where he first appeared. Even the Critical Drinker did a video, not titled that, but alluding to that. And I just finished that show, and I did watch Thunderbolts twice, and I disagree. So I'm going to actually do a video saying I like John Walker, but he was in the wrong. So I got that going on. A representative from Fox 4 came out from our Kansas City affiliate yesterday and met me up at my work, and they're going to interview me here pretty soon on Fox 4 Local. And
you should repost that on your channel.
I will. We're going to talk about my business and, more importantly, my book and the next book that's coming up. And I'll probably talk about the YouTube stuff a little bit. But yeah, so that was pretty exciting.
Very cool. Very cool. Paul, what do you got going on next?
I wish I could put out more videos, but life is just getting in the way. So for now, it's going to be a few live streams, which
we're awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of prefer them right now, just because I need human interaction.
Yeah.
But on Monday night, I will be going to Scream Unseen at AMC. Sure. And the rumor goes that it'll be Bring Her Back.
Do you think so?
Yeah. And so whatever movie
I thought it was going to be Better Together, but okay.
Whatever movie it is, I'm going to do the mystery movie night stream right before yours, and I can bring something new to the table.
If I go see it Monday, depending on how I can fit Final Destination in, I don't mind coming on before my show if you don't mind.
Oh, it's deleted scenes, but like everybody's invited, so.
Oh, okay.
No. Like I'll bring it up in our little Twitter chat, and
I'll let you know if I get a chance to go see it. I'll let you know if I get a chance to go see it. I'm anticipating that movie to be very good. I'm very, very, very hooked to see it. Yeah, it's the sophomore film of the guys who did Talk to Me.
Oh, I gotta look that. Do they have a trailer out?
Yeah.
Actually, a new trailer just dropped today, I think, or yesterday. That's a little bit more detailed on it.
I'll check that out when we jump off.
As for myself, tomorrow we're back here, Stranger Things, season 3, episode 1 and 2. Saturday is the Vincent Price stream that I will be tearing those movies with Enzo and Gord, and then and Leon. And then Tuesday is my 1-year celebration for the channel. There's a bunch of people coming on. We're going to be talking about horror stuff. I'm going to have a little game, some stuff to raffle off. So, and then hopefully I will give you guys feedback on Final Destination at that point too. So chat, you guys are awesome and horrible at the same time for sending me to see this movie. So thank you guys so much, Jake, Corey, Lunar, Rachel, and Cinevere's Fish, and also Corey for the membership. You guys are awesome. I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. And until then, you all know what to do. Stay spooky, y'all. Bye.